I'm making chicken and dumplings today. Now my sweet Eric, he won't eat dumplings. He does not like them. So I'm also going to be making a big old pot of vegetable beef soup. So, and that, we should have leftovers for tomorrow from that, I hope. There's no guarantees in this household. So let's get these dumplings started. You can use self-rising flour. If you do not add salt or baking powder because self-rising flour already has that in it. But I'm going to go ahead and use up my all-purpose flour. So I've got 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I've got 3/4 of a teaspoon of just regular table salt. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm going to whisk this together. It's just your own personal preference on whether you want to use self-rising, or if you don't have the self-rising, then use the all-purpose. It's entirely up to you. There's no wrong way. And I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of vegetable shortening. Now, you can use butter, but make sure that it's chilled. You do not want to be trying to put soft butter in this. So, I'm just going to use what my grandma and mom used when they made them. Except I'm sure they used lard. So, I'm going to add just a little smidgen more. And don't ask me how much a smidgen is because it's just a smidgen. Now, I've got a pastry cutter, which I absolutely love. I only got this within the last few years. You can use a fork to break this up in there, work it in. You can use a knife. It's whatever you want to do. So, I'm going to just do this, work this in.
Work it, girl.
I am. I am, Big Daddy. I am. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Sun's shining bright here again, thank goodness.
Yeah, we had a lot of rain yesterday.
Scrape some of that off. You just want to get it worked in. That's the only way I know how to tell you to do it. So you got like some pea-sized little pieces in there. Now I made my chicken broth this morning. I took the skin and bones and some chicken meat off of rotisserie chickens and I boiled it. And I've got a nice broth over there in the pan. And I'm going to add chicken, but I'm not going to add the chicken until the dumplings get done. And I'll go through all that with you when I get to that point. I think I could eat that whole pot of dumplings. I love them. The little dumpling casserole that I make, it's good too, but man, these are good. Okay. I think that looks pretty dang good. Now, we're going to add in 3/4 of a cup of whole milk. I'm just going to go ahead and dump it in there. And then we're going to mix. Get this mixed together. Now, if you got the Danish dough whisk like I do, and if you want to use it, then you can use it. That's absolutely fine. I just so happen to have my old wooden spoon out, so I'm just going to use it. I'm going to mix that up real good. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I might throw me a little bit more flour in there. That's what I'm going to do. You can kind of tell by looking at a mixture if it needs something else. And I'm going to add a little bit more flour in there. We'll see how much. This is one of those things where you learn through the years of how to mix it. If it needs more of something, I don't know. It's just something that us old cooks learned through the years from our moms and mamas.
Well, it did look just a little runny to
Yeah,
me.
it
so
did. Yeah.
I was wondering if that's how it was supposed to be or not. But
And if you need more flour, then honey, you just add it in. You do what you need to. And before somebody tells me that I'm making them wrong, let me say this. If you want to cut up carrots and everything else in your broth and fix your dumplings like that, that's fine. You do what you want to do. There's no wrong way with this. We all cook our things different. And that's fine. It's absolutely fine. You make it how your family wants it, and I'll make it how my family wants it. How about that? Now that looks pretty good. Last time I made these, I doubled the recipe. Now, we're going to get ready to go over here to the stove, and I'm going to start putting these in. Now, you want to have your broth simmering like that. And I'm going to use this little cookie scoop because I didn't make a double batch of dumplings, so I'm not going to be making them great big. But Mom and Mama, they always just took an old tablespoon out and just dropped them in like that. So we're going to try this and see. Okay.
well, that works pretty good.
This is doing pretty good. So if you want to use a tablespoon or a teaspoon, you make them the size you want to. See, they're going to start coming up to the top. You do not want to stir these. It will mess them up. And I'll be back in a minute when I've got all this put in. I've got all the dumplings put in, and you can see they do raise to the top or rise to the top, however you want to say it. And we're going to let these simmer for 10 minutes uncovered. And after they've simmered for 10 minutes uncovered, then we're going to cover them up and let them simmer another 10 minutes. Now, do not be stirring these around with a spoon because it will mess your dumplings up. So, we'll be back. And I am going to pepper them with black pepper. And that's the only thing I'm going to do for now while they're simmering. Okay, they've cooked for 10 minutes without the lid on. So now we're going, aren't those looking pretty? Look delicious. We're going to put this on and we're going to let them simmer another 10 minutes. And I'll be doing the taste testing today, y'all. Okay, they're done. And they look really good. Now I'm going to start adding in some chicken. I'm just going to kind of drop it in there. May not use all of this, I don't know yet.
I know someone that's hoping you don't.
Who?
Maggie.
Maggie. I'm kind of just pushing these around. I'm not really stirring them. I'm just kind of pushing them. Now I'm going to let that cool a little bit. I'm going to put some more pepper in. And then I'm going to taste test this for y'all. Well, I'm getting ready to taste test these dumplings. This is how they look.
They look very dumpling-esque.
Is that even a word?
Sure.
It is now. Oh man, I should have made more. I should have made more. These are not hard to make, y'all. You might think that you can't make them, but you can. Any of you can. So I hope y'all have a blessed day. Remember, it'll be okay, and I love y'all.